Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation. Radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Feel the motivation, radiates the aspiration, applauds the legacy of the best intention, as it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Fields of motivation. Radiates the aspiration. Applauds the legacy of the best intention. As it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices.
Oo, baka bukas lang kayo pero siyempre dapat panoorin sila.
Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic.
Going here.
Fields of motivation. Radiates the aspiration. Applauds the legacy of the best intention. As it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind. Part of the SDO Pasig City's virtual caravan of notable best practices. Have a glimpse of how each school empowers the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. Fields of motivation. Radiates the aspiration. Applauds the legacy of the best intention. As it is exemplified in every innovation. Truly in Pasig City, no one is left behind.
Recording in progress.
It has been more than a year since we have been confronted with issues caused by the COVID-19 outbreak. Through it all, we have remained steady in the face of enormous challenges, particularly in the world of academe. We are truly appreciative for our school administrators' endeavors and all of the teachers' efforts in preparing for the new normal. Let this event serve as a reminder of why we are doing our best to continue our purpose of offering quality education in pursuit of the beloved learners' hopes and aspirations. Ladies and gentlemen, a blessed afternoon and welcome to the last day of our virtual caravan for schools notable best practices academic year 2020-2021, an aid of empowering the stakeholders amidst the pandemic. I am Emmanuel Alcuevas from Rosario Elementary School, your master of ceremony for today's event. We are truly grateful for those who are present here today and of course those who are with us via live streaming in the Schools Division Office of Pasig Facebook page and YouTube channel. Don't forget to share the link with your colleagues and stakeholders.
Ako'y anak ng lupang hinirang, kung saan matatagpuan ang timyas ng perlas ng silangan, nagniningning sa buong kapuluan. Taglay ko ang hiwaga ng silangan, at saan mang bayan o lungsod, maging timog, hilaga at kanluran, ang Pilipino ay namumukod. Sama-sama nating abutin, pinagkamatayog na bituin, at ang aking tagumpay, tagumpay ng aking lahi, tagumpay ng aking lipi, ang tanging minimithi at hinahangad. Hangad ko'y tagumpay natin lahat. Ako ay may isang munting pangarap sa ating dakilang lupain, at sa sama-sama nating pagsisikap, sama-sama ring mararating ang iba't ibang galaw, iisang patutunguhan. Dito isang araw, isang kapuluan, sama-sama nating abutin, pinagkamatayog na bituin, at ang
Let us bow our heads and place ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Dear Lord, we stand before you in humble prayer before we start with this program, Virtual Caravan of Notable Schools Best Practices for Calendar Year 2021. May your goodness and love be present amongst us today. Bestow your grace and divine wisdom so we could cooperate and enjoy camaraderie for the greater glory of your name. We pray for unity. Build in us all a deep respect for one another so that SDO Pasig may be one. We pray for hope. Come stir your hope within our hearts and renew our faith to survive this trying time of pandemic as we continue to receive your grace of safety, good health, and positive minds. We pray for vision. May your vision fill our lives as we seek to reveal your love. Open our minds for us to receive the vital information that the leaders, speakers, and facilitators give as they impart their knowledge. Our hearts, so that we may receive your everlasting love and be able to succeed with the plans we have for this activity. Our spirit, so that we may know that you are with us all throughout the day. We ask all these through your mighty name. Amen.
Please be seated. I would like to acknowledge our Officer in Charge School Division Superintendent in Pasig City, Ms. Maria Eva Lu Concepcion A. Agustin, our Assistant School Division Superintendent, Ms. Carolina T. Rivera, Cese, our Chief of Schools Governance and Operations, Dr. Victor M. Javenia, our Chief Curriculum and Implementation, Dr. Manuel A. Laguerta, and to our Division Unit Heads, Public School District Supervisors, Education Program Supervisors, School Heads, teachers, and of course, our distinguished guests. Thank you so much for all your support. Just a few reminders for our program. Each school head shall only be given 2 minutes for the introduction. I, the Master of Ceremony, will remind you once you have reached your time limit. The video about notable best practices of each school is expected to have a maximum time limit of 8 minutes. The organizer will stop the video once it has reached the maximum allotted time. More than one entry will be played continuously. The school head will no longer be given an opportunity to talk after the video. The program observers will give their general impressions once all the presentations have finished. All participants are encouraged to stay until the end of the program. At this point, our school leaders will now share their notable best practices which highlight their school's most effective approaches for adapting to new ways of teaching and learning. Without further ado, let us now have the presentations from Cluster 10 under the supervision of Dr. Sofia J. Papio. Santolan Elementary School, Santolan High School, De La Paz High School, De La Paz Elementary School, and Santo Niño Elementary School. Let me now call our first presenter for today. Our first presenter is the ever-inventive and optimistic principal of Santolan Elementary School. My dear colleagues, let us all welcome Ms. Josephine C. Macawile.
I am part of a team.
I have a voice.
We decide as one.
I am empowered.
SES invites you on a journey as we take a glimpse of Santolan Elementary School notable practices. SES Cares, collaborative actions responsive to empower stakeholders.
An educational institution is geared to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more for a brighter future. This is the direction Santolan Elementary School intends to go. SES is not just about one person taking the reins to lead. It is about a group, team, and family that works together to take our school to greater heights. SES Cares. We believe in collaborative actions, responsive to empower stakeholders. Collaboration among members are the driving force that inspire us to work as a team in achieving our goals. SES upholds collaborative actions. Work in an institution where administrator and staff have vast collaborative potential. Thus, the birth of Project Lead. Leaders encourage active delivery. All members are aware of the mutual goals and work together to make decisions. With this, they become more committed. Creativity is maximized, and they become highly engaged. Everybody has a voice and share the culture of data-driven decision-making process that builds team-oriented community. Responsibility and accountability are upheld. Each members perform accordingly because they are trusted and respected. The school planning team were organized, conducted monthly meetings, and deliberations regarding certain concerns to address the need for appropriate planning. Setting a clear directions serve as a compass of the team's monthly taglines, where social media was utilized to the fullest. A clear picture of shared vision, where teachers, parents, learners, and community have reciprocal commitment to achieve. These are major collaborative practices that exhibited meaningful teamwork, setting of clear directions, and data-driven actions. Culture of teamwork is established. In a collaborative leadership workplace, information is shared, and everyone takes responsibility as a whole. Regular brainstorming is conducted for diverse opinions and ideas between teammates to build the strategies that will be beneficial to the stakeholders and the teachers as well. As a result, team members are more engaged, feel trusted, and are more likely to take ownership of their tasks. This creates an inclusive environment. A concrete output of ICT team is the school's e-human resources, an electronic database system that provides an updated 201 files for ease of transaction, automatic updating of increments and service records, and other teaching and non-teaching personnel information that can be easily accessed. SES is responsive to the needs of stakeholders. We acknowledge the significant roles of our stakeholders. We are partners in achieving a learning environment adaptive, and conducive to our learners. Collaborative leadership must be able to create and keep a responsive culture. In this time of pandemic, innovations and result driven by teams that are working seamlessly across real and imagined boundaries are of importance. To be a connector or a bridge, responsive to the needs and building opportunities to address the problems encountered. All efforts geared towards quality delivery of instruction for our learners. Kumustahan sa Paaralan serye is an extension of our deep care and concern to our learners and parents during this pandemic. This prepares the learners and parents to cope with a new normal setup and alleviates the anxiety they experience. Grade level assessment deliberation. GLAD. DepEd promotes academic ease, a measure to help teachers and learners to adopt the distance learning system. Project GLAD respond to these directives of ensuring that the assessment design combines students' learning from modules. Data-driven management explores the role of data in making effective instructional decisions. Google surveys, polls, feedbacking, and focus group discussions improve teachers' responsiveness to learners. Calamity response. Santolan is not spared by flooding during Typhoon Ulysses. A school disaster risk reduction committee responded immediately. The school served as an evacuation center. Parents group chat utilized as search and rescue communication for stranded learners and their families during this time. Donations overflow through the initiative of parents. School-based Bangon Santoleño. Modules were written to address psychological impact of Typhoon Ulysses. SES is focused to empowering the stakeholders. Stakeholders empowerment plays a central role in maximizing collaboration and developing potentials and talents. Empowered members of the school possesses a sense of trust, making them feel secure and safe. Learning action cell sessions and Project GLAD. SES recognizes individual differences and still promotes cooperation among faculty members, non-teaching personnel, parents, and other stakeholders. The road ahead may have bumps, but we are confident to continue and make significant advances in our shared goal as a team.
The care you provided to all your learners and stakeholders as you work together in achieving your common goal really inspired us. This is truly evident with the best practices you have showcased to us. A big round of virtual applause for Santolan Elementary School. Our next presenter is the tenacious and energetic principal of Santolan High School. Let us welcome Mr. Reginaldo A. Reyes.
On the onset of the coronavirus on December 2019, public schools were exposed to vulnerability and disruptions. It showed the weaknesses and strengths of Santolan High School in adapting to a new system caused by the pandemic. It gave us the opportunity to exercise resiliency in our organization. We are proud to present the innovation and creativity of our team in responding to a new word, which is volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous, disruptive. We are resilient, agile, and future ready. Santolan High School.
The following are Santolan High School's best practices. The Feeding Program. Santolan High School's feeding program, sponsored by Mana International, has been one of the solutions in improving the students' well-being by providing nutritious food for their family. Through the help of TLE department, they have organized a program and scheduled distribution of food packs. Mana International has been the school's sponsor and stakeholder for decades. Indeed, even in the midst of pandemic, providing nutrition for our students has been possible. iLoad program is one of the solutions in resolving the problem of students with their lack of budget for their internet connectivity. Through the help of ESP department and the school administration, they have reached out people, private and public organizations, companies, and some industries who committed to provide load assistance for the students. Truly, this bayanihan in the form of iLoad program has been helping students to attain quality education in this distance learning modality. The electronic submission of grades and releasing of cards. This program is an online grade submission tool which allows teachers to record and efficiently submit grades for each section. It provides a facility for students, parents, and guardians to view grades submitted by the teachers without having to personally go to school. Through the help of the school's ICT coordinator, Mr. Shorin Ko, and fellow TLE teachers, this has been possible and also minimize the physical contact of teachers and parents in school. The Dropbox Center. Through the initiative of their school head, Mr. Reginaldo A. Reyes,
the school has come up with an idea to have the Dropbox Center, so the students belonging to modular modality can submit their outputs to their respective teachers. For safety and protection of teachers, the school built a cabinet with UV light for disinfection of the submitted outputs. Facebook Social Learning Group as Learning Management System. Since most of our learners cannot afford to have Wi-Fi connection at home, their source of internet connectivity is to avail prepaid internet loads having limited data that they can only use for days or a week. So the school has discovered this very convenient feature on Facebook, which is the Social Learning Group, where teachers can prepare guides for students by transferring the content of the self-learning modules into guides, where there is this quiz type post where students' answers can be automatically checked. That lessens the burden of teachers in checking load of papers being submitted to school. What's more convenient with this Facebook Social Learning Group is they can access Facebook even without internet load. The school conducted peer teaching, tutorials, and webinars that provide teacher technical assistance in using the Facebook Social Learning Group as learning management system for students. StreamYard for text-based learners. Santolan High School has also learned how to use streaming apps such as the StreamYard for our students who can attend video conference class, for it consumes a lot of internet data. Teachers are having their lecture and presenting their slides and some internet activities via Facebook Live, exclusively in their Facebook Social Learning Group, where students can watch and hear their teachers, and they can participate and communicate through the comments section. Compared to video conferencing apps like Google Meet, Zoom, and MS Teams, watching Facebook Live consumes very minimal internet data. Lectures in the Facebook Live are automatically recorded in their Facebook group as a video, where students who were not able to attend the class can watch the recorded lecture. Online campus journalism. Campus journalism of Santolan High School has stepped a higher ground of training students in the field of journalistic writing. Students who are interested to learn and be trained in journalism has registered and has been attending weekly training. Through the supervision of the head teachers of Filipino and English department, Ms. Josefina T. Salangsang and Mr. Reden Z. Mejilla, school paper advisors Mr. Paul Jan S. Arellano and Mrs. Lorna Gripaldeo has been training and teaching these journalism students. Once again, that's Santolan High School's best practices. Soar high, Santolan. One vision, one direction.
The vision you have presented to us through your remarkable best practices are indeed values the integrity of your school. Let's give a round of virtual applause for Santolan High School. The next presenter is the committed and persistent principal of De La Paz High School. Let's now listen to the presentation of Mr. Winifredo B. Ranes.
Welcome to the La Paz High School.
Hi, kumusta po kayo? How are you? The La Paz High School notable best practices. We continuously provide the students quality education as mandated by the Department of Education. Ensure equitable access to said education to all Filipinos and empowering leadership to the benefit of the students and the teachers of the school community in achieving the shared governance principles in an atmosphere of collaboration and harmonious coexistence in the school ideal environment. The context of our notable best practices, as you can see in our surrounding, we have a beautiful surrounding here with towers, malls, and the building is also nice building for our students. We have a well-maintained school environment and surrounding. Classrooms are kept on its most presentable and updated, well-maintained state of the art classrooms of here. Our restrooms are maintained even in the midst of pandemic. Our welcome space for visitors makes everyone feel comfortable when inside the campus. We have here the La Paz High School. We also have our Gulayan sa Caravan. We have a small space there for our Gulayan sa Caravan. We have the plants, flowers are well maintained. Students at La Paz High School are well disciplined. We have our localized child protection policy manual provided to the students, all students from grade 7, 8, 9, and grade 10. We make sure that all the students have the localized child protection policy manual. During the regular classes, the face-to-face, daily we have our devotional lectures done right after the flag ceremony. But since we have our virtual flag ceremony, that is only every Monday. So we have our devotional lectures, moral lectures for our students, not only our virtual flag ceremony. When we go back to face-to-face morality, we also have our daily devotional to our students. That is also one of our best practices at La Paz High School. Teachers are always standing a helping hand to our students and to each other to the co-teachers. The situation at La Paz High School, early 2021, La Paz High School had been issued a recognition, a certificate by the Department of Education, NCR. It is school ID number E05878 on January 12, 2021. by the regional director. This recognition paves the way to a more active and vibrant school where personnel, students, and teachers and the school administrator have the opportunity to experience the support of the national government. So, welcome to De La Paz High School. And, you have heard our notable best practices of the classes. Thank you.
We saw your actions aimed at reaching your school's goals by how adaptable and hopeful you become to make it easier for the education of all your students. It's astonishing how you've been able to keep your ambitions alive with your excellent work. A huge round of virtual applause for De La Paz High School. Next on our list is the principal of De La Paz Elementary School, the proactive and empowered Miss Gina G. Lubang.
Good day, everyone. Last year had been extremely difficult for us, considering the onset of the pandemic. However, I feel so privileged to lead such a vibrant and resilient school. Together with teaching and non-teaching staff, students, their families, the internal and external stakeholders have worked strategically together so that school will not just only survive but to thrive as well in the midst of the current situation. In behalf of De La Paz Elementary School, I am proud to present to you our school's notable best practices for the school year 2020-2021.
De La Paz Elementary School welcomes you. Our mission is to develop the youth and build their future through excellent school-based management and best practices. De La Paz Elementary School is one of the smallest schools in the division of Pasig City. It is located in Dream Home Subdivision in Barangay De La Paz. For the school year 2020-2021, it has a student population of 1,225 learners, 33 teachers, and 5 non-teaching staff. The school caters to children coming from the 10 subdivisions of the vicinity. DLPES is classified as Level 2 SPM accredited school under the leadership of Mrs. Gina G. Lubang. The school learning continuity plan is the primary response and commitment to ensuring that learning is the major focus of the school. Since the onset of the pandemic in school year 2020-2021, distance learning has become a significant challenge. It created a gap between teachers and students due to the lack of teaching presence. To address the issue, Project STEPS was established, and it was extensively advocated and rallied for. Project STEPS stands for Strengthening Teaching Presence and Strategies. Three of the most mentioned methods that pupils seek from teachers during distance learning are to be provided with clear instructions, be given appropriate feedback, and involve students in the learning discovery process. The teacher's capacity to provide pupils with clear goals, appropriate feedback, and straightforward instructions is enhanced through rigorous teacher trainings and lax sessions. Thus, the birth of Project Steps. This project's aim is to help teachers establish teaching presence in distance learning to improve student engagement. Through rigorous lab sessions, coaching, and mentoring, teachers were empowered in resolving the problem of student disengagement by helping them establish their teaching presence and strategies in distance learning. Through this project, different teaching strategies that led to greater student engagement were developed and further enhanced. Professional growth was reinforced as well, resulting to a more effective and confident distance learning teacher. The following are some of the outputs that have resulted from the program. Enhanced WHLPs and IMLPs. WHLPs and IMLPs are checked weekly and thoroughly. Feedback and suggestions were constantly given by master teachers and mentors to improve class instruction during distance learning. Improved learning assessments. Project Steps campaigned for assessments that went beyond paper and pen. Teachers were encouraged to use portfolios, ICT-based performance activities, and project-based learning artifacts, since these kinds of assessment methods keep students interested and engaged. Localized and teacher-made instructional materials. To address teaching gaps and meet the students' cognitive, physical, and social-emotional needs, teachers were encouraged and supported to create localized and teacher-made instructional materials. Teachers have purposely created and designed teaching materials that will work based on the students' needs. Lastly is attendance monitoring. Teachers were also trained how to make monitoring attendance fun for pupils as part of Project Steps. Some of these are creating keywords for students to watch out for during FB Messenger class discussion, taking a screenshot of attendance and sending to parents and students GC, and having entry and exit attendance and activities. The La Paz Elementary School is dedicated to providing high-quality education that will help students develop and create their future.
A warm round of virtual applause for De La Paz Elementary School. You have proved to us that with your small community, your achievements are much more bigger by striving to endure the challenges of today. Your organized and outstanding practices indeed address the needs of your school. For our last presenter, let us listen to Miss Ana Lu N. Madrigal, the committed and resilient principal of Santo Niño Elementary School.
Good day to everyone. I would like most of all to thank our Almighty God for giving me and the rest of my Santo Niño faculty staff the opportunity to see this day and be part of our SDO's one-of-a-kind activity. Initiating this caravan of notable best practices among schools really brought us an inspiration, aspirations to do more beyond our limits and to harness our strengths as a school community. To our school's division office, administrations, and staff, thank you for your care and concern while giving us technical assistance. COVID-19 has changed education system dramatically with the distinctive rise of e-learning, whereby teaching is undertaken remotely and on the digital platform. I am so thankful with all our teachers for their resiliency to this drastic change in our whole school system, especially in the teaching and learning process. To our non-teaching personnel for being with me every day while all are working at home, we did manage to run the school's physical needs. To our external stakeholders for joining us hand in hand to sustain our best service to our learners. Santo Niño Elementary School's distinctive programs and projects really helped strengthen and improve our linkages. There is an active collaboration and engagement from our stakeholders with schools' activities and learning needs. Our projects paid our students' personal application and delivery with enthusiasm helped us in developing our learners' potential skills and talents. And there's more that we will showcase to you this afternoon's activity. There are things may never go back to the way they were during pre-pandemic, but many strategies will remain in place for long term. While we are doing quick fixes from the present situation, now is the time to shift to something more forward-looking to consider, the future of education. Welcome to Santo Niño Elementary School.
Santo Niño Elementary School is situated at Kalakasan Road, corner Kalusugan Street, Karangalan Village, De La Paz, Pasig City. Through our SWOT analysis, we had come up with an instructional delivery plan for the overall preparation for school year 2020-2021. We looked deeper into the work scheme of our teaching and non-teaching personnel, enrollment and school profile of the organization, the teacher training in our preparation for the Balik Eskwela. In our Brigada Eskwela, we made informative video advertisement campaign posted on every chat rooms of all advisors, School Parent Teacher Association, and in our school official Facebook page. We have designated help desks where they could openly communicate with teachers in every grade. We have also posted large tarpaulins outside our main gate with salient information. Our barangay collaboratively joined us in disseminating information to our community. This resulted in the smooth operation of our Brigada Eskwela. Their queries were answered, and it also helped give good impression to the school's management system. We heard positive feedbacks and actually continuously build trust among our parents, internal and external stakeholders. We developed, studied, and implemented school operations and management plans such as responsive facilities management, which provides appropriate venue for uploading of self-learning modules, distribution, and retrieval of learning materials with the observance of safety and health protocols during delivery of service. Our strong partnership and linkages with our internal and external stakeholders for the support packages of learning delivery. A practical communication plan for school and community assemblies and other school stakeholders regarding learners' needs and priorities. We had received safety and protective equipment, vitamins and health supplements, photocopier and other learning packages. We had also identified mechanism on the submission and retrieval of learners' output. We made sure that there is a continuous and uninterrupted basic internet services. One of our challenges among our teachers is the techno stress, which caused by the abrupt introduction of technology in their classrooms. And so we had monitored and evaluated plan of communication usage. Such innovations on learning platforms, not only on literacy campaigns, but also innovations on special health learning delivery and teacher support training. Same with the facilities, learning spaces for blended modality, including materials for construction. With the help of our local government unit, our hand washing stations were renovated. We have mechanism for the prevention of local infection and protective equipment for our school's frontline personnel. We made sure that the observance of physical distancing, health etiquettes, and environmental hygiene within the school premises is observed. Intervention for mental health and psychosocial support for our learners at risk, and practical knowledge on resilience during disasters. The challenges and gaps on the teaching and learning process had always helped us to find solutions through collaborative efforts and decision-making. We had maintained our gulayan sa paaralan in spite of the pandemic situation. Integration of ecological solid waste management. There is also an involvement of the community in our gulayan sa paaralan. Project SAP, or Strengthen Active Partnership with Stakeholders. Active participation of our school governing council. Project SPADE, or Students' Personal Application and Delivery with Enthusiasm. Even before pandemic and much more during this pandemic, they had participated well in all subject learning areas, programs, projects, and activities. With the aim to continuously ensure that learners' reading skills, particularly the comprehension abilities, be achieved across all learning areas, in spite of long-distance learning modality, we sought that this program, making it as a practice that all subject is a reading subject, need to be imposed as part of the priority improvement areas of the school. Teachers always use reading activity techniques while giving input of knowledge or concepts. Truly, it improved learners' love for reading and eventually comprehend what they read. Reading becomes their habit and becomes a family bonding as well. Our action plan for all subject and non-subject areas were critiqued by our division supervisors. We had also maintained and intensified our LAC sessions. We, the faculty and staff of Santo Niño Elementary School, together joined hand in hand to perform HIVE. Santo Niño Elementary.
You have demonstrated how you deal with difficulties to fulfill your learners' needs and the community at large through partnership. The assistance you have provided has made it possible for your school to achieve its vision and purpose. Let's give Santo Niño Elementary School a huge round of virtual applause. According to Henry Adams, unity is a vision. It must have been part of the process of learning to see. This day has been significant for all of us who have come here. It's exciting to see the many notable best practices of schools from Cluster 10. Congratulations. We would like to recognize the dedication of all the public school district supervisors. For Cluster 1, Mr. Rodolfo B. Manuel. For Cluster 2, Dr. Edna D. Camarao. For Cluster 3, Ma'am Karen D. Villanueva. For Cluster 4, Dr. Gomer O. Agon. For Cluster 5, Dr. Marieta M. Limbo. For Cluster 6, Dr. Rolando C. Julian. For Cluster 7, Dr. Cesar S. Gonzalez. For Cluster 8, Dr. Susan L. Covarrubias. For Cluster 9, Ma'am Diana Marie B. Dagli. And for Cluster 10, Dr. Sofia J. Papio. The success of each school wouldn't be possible without your guidance and support. Thank you so much. On behalf of all the PSDSS of Pasig City, to give us some insights and commendations for today's presentation of notable best practices of schools from Cluster 9 and 10. Let me call on our resourceful process observer, Dr. Gomer O. Agon, Public School District Supervisor of Cluster 4.
Hello, Sir Cuevas. Thank you for that introduction. So first, in behalf of SDO Pasig City, we would like to congratulate all the clusters, schools from Cluster 1 to Cluster 10 for showcasing your notable best practice. And for today, we saved the last. We saved now the best for last, no? For our Cluster 9 and 10. Early this morning, we have, of course, Cluster 9 with the following schools. Let's start with Napico Elementary School, headed by Mr. Manuel A. Rosaldo Jr., the principal. Of course, some of the notable best practices being presented are the following: the online pabasa, the alpabasa, okay, the aquabird or aquaculture and vertical gardening project. So congratulations sa Napico Elementary School for that. Those are some of the best practices that may not be observed in other schools. So I think mas maganda pong avenue natin dito ang ma-share, ma-benchmark po sa ibang school yung ating pong mga notable best practices. Okay? Then it was followed by another Cluster 9 elementary school, ang San Lorenzo Ruiz Elementary School, headed by their principal, Mrs. Regina R. Albay. Ang nag-stack po dito sa aking pag-represent ng Ma'am Albay ay yung kanilang tagline na pandemya ka lang, Ruizian kami, kaya tuloy ang pagsisilbi. So that's a San Lorenzo Ruiz at rates our principal. Of course, the best practices are the following. They have SIGLA, SGLA, State of the Grade Level Address, the LDVD, lingguhang demo at virtual na dialogo, the Digital Hub, okay, wherein they upload and harvest digitized materials. Meron din silang data bank, Google site, repository of all the San Lorenzo Ruiz Elementary School reports. And of course, they have the e-library, a school-based electronic library. And at present po, we are attending the innovation, the best study, best research and innovation with Ma'am Lovely. At isa po to sa nakita namin, no, isa sa mga finalists itong kanilang SLRES e-library. Congratulations for that, Ma'am Regina Albay. At ang pinaka-highlights po ng kanilang presentation ay yung kanilang best practices, tinawag nilang LRT or the Localized Response Tool, which is also a BERF approved. Okay, they have virtual classes, synchronous classes, asynchronous, real-time assessment, attendance booster, and of course, ito ang pinaka-exciting dito, yung kanilang success indicators. Yun naman po lahat ang ginagawa ng ating mga eskwelano. After they have implemented the projects, plans, and activities, they should have an evaluation. Ito po yung success indicators natin. Whether the plan goes smoothly and it can be continued by the school or can be multiplied or replicate by the other schools po. So very good po yung mga ganong nakikita po natin, nanonood po natin sa mga eskwela natin. Okay, next po siyempre ang Manggahan Elementary School headed by Dr. Emma S. Makasiray. Ang kanila namang tagline, Motivate, Empower, and Shine. Okay, meron po silang Project NIA, MAPE in Action, Project Reading Enrichment Activity Daily, Project Gampanin. They have also EPP on the go, Kumustahan Virtual Session. Ano po ba yan? Yun po, maayos na paglilingkod ang kailangan, parang ganun yung mga tagline ng Dr. Emma Makasiray. So congratulations po sa inyo dahil meron din po kayong unique na notable practice po dyan sa Manggahan Elementary School. Next po ay ang San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School headed by our very own Mrs. Maricris O. Murillo. Ang kanila naman pong pinagtuunan ng pansin mga kasama ay yung culture of research in their school. So they have the program GRESP, meaning guided research program in San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School. They have practical research subjects. So they strengthen research among their learners and of course their teachers. That's why po pagkakasabi nito, from one non-verb, nag-boom sila sa 3 regional verb qualifiers. So congratulations po for that. Okay, meron din silang Oplan RC40. Okay, empowering teachers to write and conduct action research. Okay, at syempre naitayo nila yung kanilang Ruizian Research Lab for students and of course faculty research team ng San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School. Congratulations, Ma'am Maricris, and to all the teachers of San Lorenzo Ruiz Senior High School. And of course, last but not the least, ang ating junior high school sa Cluster 9, ang Manggahan High School headed by our very energetic and compassionate school head, Mrs. Monetti Vega. Ang kanila naman pong tagline dyan, mga kasama, mind, heart, and skill. Tawang-gawa, pagkakaisa, at pagtutulungan. They have the following programs in their school: improvement of school facilities, online career assessment, meron silang merry-go-round sa mathematics, at syempre po meron silang mga different projects, no? Project Teens, Project E-Write, at syempre yung WINS, hindi po nawawala. At ito po yung nag-stuck din sa akin sa Manggahan High School, yung pagbasa sa gitna ng pandemya, hatid ay pag-asa. Napakaganda po ng inyong line na yan. At talagang kahit tayo ay nakakaranas ng pandemya po, ay hindi natin nilimutan yung ating main responsibilities and duties, which is to let our students learn. Thank you po thank you po for that. And then last one, ito pa rin po isang very unique sa Manggahan High School, no? Yung pangkabuhayan sa mga guro ng Manggahan. Parang ito yung wala ata sa ibang high school or ibang elementary schools natin. So thank you, Ma'am Monet Vega, for that. And of course, we would like to recognize the efforts and the inspiration given by their PSTSS, PSTS lang pala, sorry po, none other than Mrs. Diana Marie Bidag. Congratulations po, Cluster 9. Let's proceed po sa pinaka-latest na mga nag-present, ang ating Cluster 10, headed of course by their Public Schools District Supervisor, Mrs. Sophia J. Papio or Dr. Sophia J. Papio. Let's start po with Santo Niño Elementary School, yung pinakahuling nag-present, headed by their principal, Mrs. Ana Lu N. Madrigal. Meron po sila ritong tinatawag na SPADE, Students Personal Application and Delivery with Enthusiasm. Ayan po, tagline siguro nila yan. Siyempre, meron po sila mga best practices gaya ng Learning Delivery Plan, Scheme for Modular Distribution, and all. At siyempre, when you will have the chance to visit Santo Niño Elementary School, napakaliit na eskwelahan pero napaka-organized po. At siyempre, dahil po yan sa very transforming leader na pinakikita po ni Mrs. Ana Lu and Madrigal. Congratulations, ma'am. Let's proceed. From Santo Niño Elementary School, ito, isa pa pong na-transform na eskwelahan when the school head came there. None other than Mr. Reynaldo Reyes. Ang tinutukoy ko po mga kasama ay ang Santolan High School. Sabi ni Sir Reyes, Soar High Santolan. Yun ang kanilang tagline po diyan. Meron po silang feeding program. Meron po silang e-load program. Ang e-load po stands for Interactive Learners Optimum Assistance and Development. Ayan, meron din po silang collaborative actions, response to empower stakeholders. Okay, sorry po sa CARES. Santolan ES na po pala yun. So thank you, Sir Reggie, for that. You really inspire us dahil kahit saan po kayo mapunta, talagang tinatransform ninyo yung eskwelahan. At sana ang mga eskwelahan natin dito sa STO Pasig ay matransform po lahat. Congratulations, Santolan High School. Siyempre, isa pa sa very transformative leader natin sa elementary level ay ang Santolan Elementary School headed by their principal, none other than Miss Josephine Makawili. Ito po, meron silang Santolan Elementary School CARES. Okay, CARES stand for Collaborative Action Response to Empower Stakeholders. Yan naman po talaga sa ating paninilbihan, pagsiservisyo, lagi po nating kasama ang ating mga stakeholders. Kasi po, kung wala sila, hindi rin naman tayo pag-focus po, makakapag-perform ng maayos at magaling. Kaya po, pag in-empower natin ang mga stakeholders, kaya ng ginagawa po nito ni Ma'am Josephine Makawili, talagang makikita niyo po yung transformation. It will not be always from the top to bottom. From bottom to top, talagang makikita niyo po yung transformation. Congratulations, Ma'am Josephine Makawili. And of course, let's proceed to De La Paz Elementary School, headed by their principal, Mrs. Gina G. Lubang. Ito po, they develop the youth and build their future, sabi ni Ma'am Gina Lubang. Meron po silang project steps, stands for strengthening teaching presence and strategies. Okay, may mga teacher trainings po ito, school beautification, instructional design and framework, okay, and all. So congratulations, Ma'am Gina, another small but very organized school, ang De La Paz Elementary School. Huling bisita ko po ata doon, parang graduation nila. Pero I know, lalong gumanda ang De La Paz Elementary School para po sa panunungkulan po ni Ma'am Gina G. Lubang. Siyempre po, hindi ho mahuhuli sa lahat, ang De La Paz High School, katabi lang ang De La Paz Elementary School, headed by Dr. Winifredo Biranes. Ito naman po, isa sa mga pinipresent kanina ni Dr. Ranes dito sa amin sa Research Innovation Festival po ay yung kanyang localized Child Protection Policy Manual. Meron po sila dyan sa De La Paz Elementary School. De La Paz High School, sorry po. Okay, meron po silang devotional moral lectures and of course, ang pinakamasayang nangyari po sa De La Paz High School ay ang pagkakaroon na po nila ng kanilang school ID. Congratulations, Dr. Ranes, for that po. Okay? At yan po mga kasama from Cluster 9 and Cluster 10. Wholeheartedly, we congratulate po all of you for being, for sharing your best practices with us. We learned a lot and we can replicate actually the good and the best practices you have shown us. At alam ko po pag pwedeng i-benchmark, hindi po kayo mag-aatubiling i-share yung inyong po mga best practices. At the end of the day po, ang mga naganap sa 5 araw natin ay para po sa makita ng bawat isa kung ano yung ating, kung ano po yung mga kaganapan na sa gitna ng pandemya sa ating mga eskwelahan. At ano pa po ba yung mga plans, projects, and activities natin na nagagawa naman natin despite the pandemic. So we hope and pray na matapos na po ang pandemyang ito. And congratulations po sa lahat ng nag-present from Cluster 1 to Cluster 10. Ito po ay big accomplishment po on our part, on SDO Pasig. Congratulations po and mabuhay po kayong lahat. Thank you, Sir Cuevas.
With grateful hearts, let's give Dr. Gomer Agon a warm round of virtual applause. It is indeed a day of celebration to be inspired to continue adapting to the new normal of education, or should I say, the better normal. We have now come to the end of all the presentations from clusters 1 to 10. Once again, congratulations to all the school heads who have showcased the best of the best. With that, kindly join our closing program again for the awarding of certificates to all our participants on Monday, November 29, 2021 at 9 o'clock in the morning with the best and ever articulate Mr. April Boonggaling and Miss Junit Janea Retaga as our Master of Ceremony, together with our special guests. And of course, I wouldn't miss the people behind this successful event. The technical team headed by Mr. Di Morada and the whole Cluster 7 under Dr. Cesar Gonzalez for facilitating this year's virtual caravan of schools' notable best practices. Our optimum effort have paid off. Don't forget to fill out the forms for the attendance and the evaluation that are sent in our chat box. Once again, I am Emmanuel Cuevas from Rosario Elementary School, your host for this afternoon, signing off. Kudos everyone and have a blessed day ahead.
All right. Thank you, Sir Emmanuel, for hosting our last event for this afternoon. No? So again, to all of you, very well said, Doc Agon. You really synthesized the whole event, not only for the Cluster 9 and Cluster 10. Am I heard po? Naririnig po ba ako?
Yes.
Ayan,
Yes,
ayan. Okay,
loud and
of
clear.
course. Ayan, thank you, Doc Cesar. All right, so again po, congratulations and I salute you all. So, Doc Cesar, for the team, for this technical working group, maraming salamat. Now, I will be reminding po our awarding ceremony on November 29. Sir Emmanuel, that is 1 o'clock po, 1 p.m. po ang ating awarding ceremony. Hindi po siya 9 o'clock. Hindi siya 9 o'clock. Ano? So to all the PSDS, congratulations also for the technical assistance that you have provided to our 44 public schools. Truly, indeed, those presentations of the best practices are remarkable. So to all of you, maraming salamat to the school heads, to the SBM coordinators, teachers, and non-teaching personnel. Maraming salamat and congratulations everyone. Sabi nga ni Sir Emmanuel, your effort has been paid off already. So again, congratulations, Doc Cesar. Maraming salamat and see you again on Monday po, on November 29 po. So, congratulations and thank you, Sir Randy and Repsy. Happy birthday, Ma'am Abik. Maraming salamat again
birthday.
Yes. So, pwede na po mag-celebrate si Ma'am Abik after this, after this afternoon's event. So again, maraming salamat. So mula sa aming puso, nagpapasalamat po kaming lahat. Sir Cesar, would you like to say something po for the team?
Yes,
Thank you.
congratulations! Natapos din ang presentation. Isa na lamang po at closing na. No, siyempre, talaga na pong deserving lahat ang ating mga school at pati na ang ating mga school heads. Maraming salamat po sa inyong mga cooperation, sa pagbibigay sa amin ng mga video at alam kong hindi kayo nagsawa kaka-upload. At syempre po, at isa pa dyan, nasabi ba nung ating Dr. Agon kung okay tayo and agree naman sa printing, Siguro sabi nga natin, pinakamaganda po talaga dyan, abonohan ni Doc Agon. No? Siya na mag-abono, tapos singilin na lang bawat isa. Or siyempre alam natin para mas maayos at mas maganda yung gagawin nila. Pero sa part po namin, maraming salamat po uli sa ating birthday celebrator, Maria Victoria M. Cuervo. Happy birthday again. Maraming salamat po sa pagpapabaya ninyo at pagpapaunlak na gamitin ang inyong mga facilities para po sa ating mga staff sa preparation. na ngayon. Okay? So matapos na po, isa na lamang at kailangan namin lahat ng messages. Si Rodolfo Manuel, kung nakikinig ka, please po, pakisend na lahat ng mga messages para po makumpleto na natin ang mga recording. Okay? So Ma'am Ruth, thank you very much for us sa lahat po ng inyong naging tulong sa atin. At syempre pa sa ating mga chief, syempre Sir Laguerta and Dr. Habenya, maraming salamat po sa ating SDS and ASDS. Maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat. At syempre sa mga PSDS na hindi napapagal, dalawang ilog yung binabangka namin So hopefully wala nang sapa para sa amin para meron pa rin kaming gagawin. Okay, but anyway, lahat po yan ay para sa bata, para sa bayan at para sa ating division. Magandang hapon po muli sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat po. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc Cesar. Thank you to all the PSDS, school heads, and everybody.
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Paki-open mo ha, baka kumpleto na.
Congratulations to all the school heads from cluster 1 to cluster 10.
Maraming salamat.